How's it going, everyone? I hope you're doing well, and we are back on Anime Rangers X for the usual weekly update review. And usually I try to get these videos out the day of the update or a day after. It's been 2 days now. It's not like the end of the world, but I do apologize because yesterday I was way too busy. I couldn't make a video. Yeah, just so busy, man. I wish I could have made the video. But with that aside, this was a fall update and it wasn't based off of a specific anime or anything like that. We just got 7 new units. All of them are from different anime. We have Rascal or Sakuta, I believe, from Bunny Girl Senpai. We got Akuma. I'm not sure what they are from, but we got Phaeton or Spider from Hunter x Hunter. Speedster, I don't know who Speedster is, I'm not gonna lie, like even in game. But we got Judo Priest, Ionikoji, which I believe is Lelouch. I don't know, because in the Divine Trials, over Lelouch, it says you need to get Ionikoji, which signals that they're the same unit. I'm not too sure. I don't know why they would name him that. But we also got Boros, which is the rarest unit in this update, which I'll go over in a second. But a pretty decent array of units. It's nice, every once in a while just getting a batch of a bunch of unique units, not all from one singular update. Pretty sure every single one of these units, you're gonna have to do the new Swarm event, which is basically it's kind of like a enhanced boss event, if you will. There's 2 waves of enemies that spawn and then a boss spawns, and I believe this boss is Boros, but he's going to have 2.5 billion HP with a passive that allows him to regen a very quote-unquote small amount of HP per kill he gets. And at first I thought this boss was overtuned, but as time went on, people were making strategies. I was kind of just changing my team a bit. It's still not good. I'll go into that in a sec again. It really isn't too hard as long as you just strategize a decent team. You won't even really need like the best of the best souls. It makes it faster, but with this team currently, it really isn't the best, but I get like 6-minute clears AFKing, and yeah, that's horrible compared to the 1-minute clears, but again, I'm a little bit behind on meta and souls. So once I get some of the new units, like I did get Akuma, I just need to level them, and I'm pretty sure they're very good for this. I have Judo Priest, which I usually replace for Golden Will, but I also traded for Gogeta like 2 days ago, which I'm glad I did. I traded an Umbrella Fang for him. I'm pretty sure I overpaid a bit, but that's fine. He's gone now. I'm glad I have Gogeta rather than Umbrella Fang, to be completely honest. But yeah, overall, the boss event, nothing crazy. The boss is pretty fair, I would say. This event itself is just a AFK fest, like for sure, 100%. Once you find a team, you're probably just you're leaving the computer on and you're just going to do something else. That's how it is. The rewards are pretty good. You get 1500% of the Leaves currency, which is the currency for the Swarm event, and you get this every single one. You have a 2.5% chance to get a Dragon Ball 1. You have a 100% chance to get 1 to 2 rerolls, 5% for a Megapunk, and 25,000 gold per clear. So again, overall pretty decent. With these Leaves, we can go into the fall shop here, and you can buy your usual things. And most people are probably going to be buying these Boros capsules until they get Boros or every unit they want, and they're pretty cheap. You get like 10 per run, not bad, especially when high meta teams clear in a minute. You're going to be doing just fine. The one complaint I do have with these capsules is that the balancers only just put in the chances for the rewards today, like a couple hours ago. So I do think that when it comes to like capsules, for example, the chances of items and units you get in these capsules should be shown in game, just so the player knows, because Boros himself is like, what even is this chance? Yeah, Boros is a 0.003% chance, and there's a 25,000 capsule pity for him. So yeah, like I said with the AFK, you just need to sit and AFK this. That's all it is. So I do wish they would show this in game instead of posting in the Discord. I feel like that's just fair for the players. It doesn't hurt anyone to see what the chances are. So that's what I think. But with the Swarm event, we also got a battle pass. I mean, this is good, right? Technically more rewards, but it's just another thing that you feel pressure to buy. I don't really feel pressure to, but some of these premium rewards are kind of crazy. If you just scroll through, you get a lot of Leaves, you get a lot of rerolls, and just soul fragments too, which are very, very good. At least they can be if you roll a decent soul, but you know what I mean. So it's just another thing that the devs want you to buy. I get it though, it's a battle pass, whatever. It's not the end of the world again. But for the units specifically, they actually also have Divine Trials, which I mentioned a little bit earlier. While I think these are good and they give good rewards, I'm pretty sure most of them are bugged and you can't even complete them all. I've tried like twice with the Phaeton quest to win a stage while he's below 50% HP, and to do this win a stage after Phaeton dies to an enemy, then returns to kill that enemy. I'm pretty sure I've done both of these. I've at least done the first one where he has to win while below 50% HP, it's just not counting. And there's many bug reports of other Divine Trials from this update not counting. And that's just, it kind of sucks because like the one part where I have to play the game, I want to do it and I can't because it's bugged. I feel like this is a pretty easy thing to look after and see if it's bugged or not. But what do I know? I wish they would fix this. This shouldn't even be an issue 2 days in, let alone it shouldn't be an issue in the game at all. But what are you gonna do? You can only hope that there isn't bugs. The launch of the update itself was actually pretty smooth. I don't think there was any crazy bugs that made the game like unplayable, but at least with these Divine Trials, it kind of makes them unplayable because you get good rewards and you can't even complete them. So kind of just forced to sit in the Swarm event, even if you want to do the Divine Trials. Moving on, a whole other game mode was added, and this is the Infinite mode, and you actually get Leaf currency from this, which, you know, you can buy the Boris capsules with. And I think this is good because the balancers themselves, they did say that this Infinite mode is kind of meant for mid-game players if you can't do the Swarm event. And I think that's great. You still have to do the Infinite mode for the Divine Trials. So the game makes you play the mode. It is what it is. But I think it's a good bridge to help mid-game players, you know, get some Boris capsules if they want, or some just more rewards if they feel like it. The only thing I really have to say about this mode, though, is I think they should buff the currency like a little bit. Not a crazy amount, but definitely a little bit, because I got to like wave 45 in 20 minutes and I think I got like 2,000 currency. And if you take into consideration that some people are clearing the Swarm event in 1 minute, that's not very good. But again, this is for mid-game players, and clearing in 1 minute is if you have, you know, crazy souls, all the meta units, all that. So, you know, you could probably make an argument that the rewards should be buffed or they shouldn't. You can go either way. And when it comes to content, that's actually it, to be completely honest. I believe Guts was supposed to be reworked, and he just wasn't, I don't think. Or at least buffed or something. I could be completely wrong on this. Please let me know if I am wrong. But I'm pretty sure he was supposed to be better. He just isn't. He's whatever now. Really isn't worth using. Yeah, other than that, I do like how this event actually wants you to use some of the new units, specifically Judo Priest, as he permanently stops healing on the Boros boss, which I think is great. So I'm glad that they're slowly releasing units that are actually viable for the new content in the game. So yeah, this very AFK heavy update. This is a personal opinion on me, because with this update specifically, since it's heavily towards AFKing, if I want to play something else on Roblox, or like want to AFK a different game, I get so set behind other players in this game because I'm not AFKing this game. And since the game updates weekly, it can be easy to fall behind if you're not constantly AFKing. But again, that's kind of just how it's always been. Like I always say with this game, it's always been AFK heavy. If the game is playing all the time, you're going to be at the top. That's just obvious. That is a little annoying, and especially, like, I made it pretty clear that Anime Vanguards is my main anime tower defense game that I play on Roblox. And especially with that new update that dropped, very good update, I think. I will have another review video coming out either today or tomorrow probably about that. I would just rather play that and rather AFK that, unfortunately. So I've always had this game kind of on the side when Anime Vanguards is slow or it's just not much to do. So now, like, I could get pretty behind on units and stuff like that if I'm not AFKing this update. So that's not entirely the game's fault. Like, of course you're gonna get behind if you're not playing it. Just thought I'd mention that as like a personal, like, little thing, I guess you could say. But other than that, not too many bugs. But again, the fact that most of the Divine Trials for this update are bugged and you can't complete them is a huge demotivator to want to play this game. And by play, I mean actually play the game. Like, I actually do the quest, so that's kind of unfortunate. But either way, I think the boss from the Swarm event is balanced pretty well. Don't need crazy min-max teams. Of course, it helps, but good balancing, good rewards. And, you know, player counts up. It goes up every update. Maybe there's some crazy conspiracy where the devs are botting the game ever so slightly every update to make it look like it's doing good. I'm just kidding, by the way. I'm just joking. The game's doing well, especially after the huge decline it had before Boss Studio bought the game. You know, I'm glad to see the game doing good again. It's doing better than ALS, I'm pretty sure, at this point. So that's a big surprise, to be honest. But, you know, while I'm recording, I might as well just roll on Akuma, since she is actually useful. I don't think you can evolve her, yeah. But I have 4,000 rerolls. So surely, wait, I don't think it's 2 times weekend, though. But I don't really care. So yeah, let me just see if I can get Sovereign real quick. Duplicator. I don't think you want Duplicator on her. No. You know, it only took me like 1,000 rerolls to get Duplicator on Gogeta, so it shouldn't take too long this time. Of course, you always get Duplicator on the units that don't need Duplicator. I've gotten Capitalist so many times at this point, I wish it was removed from the game. I can't stand looking at it anymore. I'm sorry, I just can't look at it anymore. Yep, there it is again. It's just funny because I remember first rolling my first Sovereign on Solar Fist, or like the old Gogeta, back in like the summer update, and I was super hyped and I thought it was like, dude, I'm like gonna be so good now. And then I just, like, now it's just, if I roll Sovereign, it's like, yay, dude, Finally. Like, there's just no joy in rolling it anymore. Also, I've always wondered if double sovereign is possible. There's sovereign, by the way. But I've always wondered if double sovereign is possible, but I believe it isn't. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Either way, we got sovereign on them. Yeah, I'll have to level them up and stuff. I think I have enough for 100. Yeah, it looks like it. Getting a little poor, but that's all right. But after that little side note, I'm going to end the video there. I thought, you know, I think the update's whatever. Very AFK heavy again, but not too many crazy bugs and a pretty decent launch. So I think that's a good update in my books. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of this update, and I'll catch you guys in the next video, which again will probably be an Anime Vanguard's update review video. Peace.